Hey, my dear friends. A young boy was spending his summer vacation with his grandfather. He told his grandpa, "You know what? When I grow up, I want to be a very successful person." His grandfather looked at him and said, "You know what? You can learn how to become successful by looking at these two trees." The boy was confused. "What do these trees have to do with becoming successful?" he asked. His grandfather took him outside and said, "4 years ago, we planted these two saplings. One is outside and the other is inside the house. They were both the same size. Now look at them." The tree outside was big, strong, and beautiful, but the tree inside the house was still small, although it had received much more care. They went back inside and the boy asked, "Why is the tree outside so big but the tree inside so small? Both of them were planted at the same time and are the same type of tree." His grandfather smiled and said, "Do you see that little mark on that tree over there? That's where a bird built its nest. The baby birds would chirp loudly all day long. Sometimes they would even poke their heads inside the house through that hole. It must have been really annoying for the tree inside, but it had no choice. All it could do was endure it." One day there was a strong windstorm. The branches of the tree outside were swaying in the wind. Some leaves were torn and others were broken. But the tree was not afraid. It had already learned from the experience of the previous year and had strengthened itself against such situations. On the other hand, the tree inside the house had a much easier life. No heavy rains, no storms, no strong winds. Everything was fine. There were no problems. But after 4 years, when the boy came to visit his grandfather again, he noticed that the tree outside was growing in the shape of a letter M because of the wind that had blown its branches towards the wall. But the tree inside the house was still growing straight. The boy asked his grandfather, "Look, the tree outside is growing in an M shape, but why is the tree inside still growing straight?" His grandfather pointed to the wall and said, "When the tree was small, we used to tie its branches to the wall so that they would not grow outwards. This way, the tree could only grow upwards." The boy thought for a moment and then asked, "Then what is the advantage of the tree outside?" His grandfather replied, "It has to face all kinds of weather, all kinds of storms, all kinds of problems. It has to struggle to survive, and this makes it stronger." The boy remained silent for some time. Then he asked, "So does this mean that the tree outside is more successful than the tree inside?" His grandfather said, "No, I think both are successful in their own way. The tree outside has become strong and resistant to any kind of weather because of all the problems it has faced. At the same time, the tree inside has become stronger because it has learned to adapt to smaller spaces. It is better at conserving water. Its roots are not as deep, so it uses less energy. If you put this tree outside, it may not survive for long. Similarly, if you put the tree outside inside the house, it will become too big and may break the roof. So both trees are successful in their own way. One cannot say that one is better than the other." After thinking about it for a moment, the boy said, "So you are saying that facing problems and overcoming them makes us stronger and more successful?" His grandfather nodded and said, "That's right. If you want to become successful in your life, you must be ready to face all kinds of situations, both good and bad. Do not try to avoid problems. Instead, learn how to face them and overcome them. Only then will you be able to become successful." The boy returned home that evening, thinking about his grandfather's words. When he shared this story with his parents, they said, "You know what, son? Your grandfather is absolutely right. Problems are a necessary part of our lives. We cannot avoid them. But the way we react to them, the way we solve them, that is what matters the most. Because every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Every difficulty is a chance to learn something new. Every failure is a step towards success. We just need to have the courage to face them and the will to overcome them. Only then can we truly become successful in our lives." His son asked, "But parents, how can we find happiness in times of trouble?" How can we find success in failures?" His parents smiled and said, "My dear son, this is the most important lesson in life. You see, when everything is going well in your life, you tend to become happy and complacent. But when problems arise, that is when your true character is revealed. It is in the way you handle the tough situations, the way you react to the unexpected turns of events that will truly define who you are. So never shy away from challenges. Never be afraid of facing your fears. Instead, learn how to embrace them. Learn how to use them to your advantage. For it is in the struggles of life that we truly discover our strength, our resilience, and our ability to adapt and overcome." The boy thought about his parents' words and realized that they were right. He knew that life would not always be easy. There would be ups and downs, moments of joy and times of sorrow. But now he was more determined than ever to face whatever life threw at him with courage and grace. He knew that every challenge was an opportunity to grow, every obstacle a chance to learn, and every setback a stepping stone to success. He thanked his parents for their guidance and went to his room with a newfound determination to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As he drifted off to sleep that night, he dreamed of tall, strong trees that had learned to bend with the winds of change, embracing their struggles and finding strength in their flexibility. He knew that, like those trees, he too could grow into a resilient and adaptable individual by learning to face his fears and overcome life's challenges. From that day forward, whenever the boy faced a difficult situation, he remembered the story of the two trees and the words of his wise grandfather. He knew that just like the tree outside, he needed to face his problems head-on and learn from them instead of hiding from them. He began to view challenges as opportunities to grow and setbacks as temporary and embrace them with courage and determination. As the years passed, the boy grew into a strong and successful young man, always remembering the valuable lessons he had learned from the two trees. People often admired him for his resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity and for his ability to bounce back from setbacks stronger than before. And so the tale of the two trees became a cherished memory for the young man, a reminder that it is not the absence of problems that makes life successful, but rather our ability to face and overcome them. So remember, dear friends, just like the tree that faces the winds and the storms and the tree that learns to adapt to the smaller space, each situation is unique and requires a different approach. But it is in the struggles that we truly grow and find our strength. So embrace your problems, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to success. Just like the young man, may you too become a strong and successful individual by learning to face your fears and overcome life's challenges. If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye.